Yo guys, what's going on? This is Tony here, and today I have my classic Lavaloon pump deck back on the channel. There's currently a day left in the season, just under 23 hours. So I figured I'd push a little ladder. Got to just over 7K. As you can see, I haven't really done too much this season, but there's the deck. It's very strong. I'm not going to be playing live games, sadly, today, guys. I will be going over replays against this 3M deck, Hog XE NATO, this weird graveyard deck that had a crap ton of air, and then this weird little Hog deck. But yeah, that's going to be it. Just those four replays. So I guess let's just hop straight into the first one. This Hog deck, okay, well, that's not the deck, but this Hog deck, actually a pretty easy matchup, so let's just hop straight into it. Yo guys, before the gameplay starts, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot and I really appreciate the support. Okay guys, so starting hand wise, this deck has a lot of really awkward hands because you can't actually have pump in your starting hand, as you guys probably know. So a lot of the time I'll actually go very aggressive. So for example, Loon minions, just like that. He sadly had a minion horde that would kind of eat my entire balloon and minions, but not a huge deal. Sorry about that. As you can see, the Spear Goblins will be enough to clean up the Knight, and they just cleaned up the minions. And now, guys, we have the pump in hand, which is really what you need to have for a lot of cases. So I go for a pump here. Actually, no, I fireball, sorry. And now he has an elixir lead. I believe he actually goes for a loon. Or no, he goes for a hog, yeah. I'll just minion horde. Pretty standard. And then I believe he just wizards in response to this minion horde. Yep, so there's the wizard. Now, I'm pretty sure, guys, he supports his wizard with a knight. And so I get forced into a pump that won't actually do much. So I go pump here. And then look at this. So very unfortunate, Skarmy. So we lose the tower, but guys, look at my minions here. They almost kill the wizard, but they don't quite. So I'm forced to arrow also. Luckily, I catch that bandit. If I didn't catch that bandit, I actually could have been in a pretty bad spot, as I would have been down a lot more elixir. But now I'm up a good amount. We're looking very strong, and I get to play my first Lava Hound of the game. So Lava is down. He rushes me opposite lane with a hog. I just Goblin Gang in response. Hog gets one hit. He zaps, which is huge for me. Now, guys, here I hesitate, because I know he has minion horde, and I don't want to give him value no matter what. So I hesitate with this loon. I finally go for it, and then boom, watch this fireball. I am ready. Fireball instantly. Look at how much health that loon has. Looking very strong there. Get our drop. And at this point, I decide just to pump up again, because I have the elixir lead, and I really didn't have like much else to cycle. So it was a good call to cycle a pump. I get another Lava Hound started. He is really starting to build up some units now. He goes for the Loon, Hog, the Skarmy. I mean, he look at this push. I mean, this is difficult to defend. Now here's the thing, guys. Big thing. Look at what I don't use my arrows. That's a very key point. Is the fact that I save my arrows. So I go for a Loon aggressively, knowing he has minion horde. He continues to try to defend his wizard, which is, fair play. I go for a hound right away, and then I believe I arrows the minion horde. Yes, so arrows on this minion horde and the wizard. Now, he has nothing in hand after that, because he just used both of his air counters. So I realize he doesn't have wizard for a couple cards. I mean, now he does, but I can still play aggressive. So I go for the loon. The wizard gets sidetracked on some other units. I actually fireball him. He dies. The balloon gets a drop, and bada bing, bada boom. We get that dub, guys. So we just kind of swiped that one with a rough start, but we come back strong, got the dub. Very good game there as we steamrolled over him. Now this next one, this is a weird Pekka deck. I mean, look at it. He's got the Furnace, which is a pain. E-Wiz, which is a pain. Graveyard is a pain because it can kill my pump. Poison is obviously a huge pain because it kills all my swarm. Baby Dragon also is very good at killing my swarm. And NATO. So guys, he has a lot of counters, but the only thing he doesn't have is he doesn't have a lot of DPS. So he's got mainly Splash, but he doesn't really have a lot for like a Loon. So keep that in mind. But going in, or I guess I'll just hop in here. But yeah, no, going in, He like just keep in mind like my loon. Watch my loons, guys, because the loon in this matchup will get me the most value. But guys, here like usual, I play quite aggressive with this deck, starting play wise. So there you go, just straight balloon at the bridge, very aggressive play. I never like seeing an E-Wiz because it honestly can mean Pekka, and Pekka's actually a pretty tough matchup. So to save Elixir, I do go for a Goblin Gang instead of a Minion Horde. That cleans up pretty well. He goes for Baby Dragon. I immediately go for my first pump. This guy sees an open door and goes for a Graveyard with his Baby Dragon. Now, all I do is I minions, which baits out the poison, I believe. Yes. And then I arrows. Now, I will take a good amount of damage, guys. I mean, I don't over-defend. Like, you guys can't over-defend with this deck. You got to realize when to defend and when not. But look at how much Elixir I'm up. I'm up 3, and I have a pump that has like 4 more. So I'm up basically 7 Elixir. Now, I do want to go opposite lane because I don't like pushing same lane as Graveyard. It just gives their swarm units too much value. So keep that in mind against like Splash Yard type decks to go opposite lane. But we get the Lavaloon push. The Loon actually bypasses the Furnace, which is very good for me. He has to NATO, and at this point, I get to just go for minions. He goes for Baby Dragon. And guys, look at this set of arrows. It allows my Loon to get a second drop, which basically takes the tower. I mean, the Lava Pups technically, but just so much damage, such a hard hit. And there you guys go, though. That's my point about the Loon. He couldn't stop it. It got 2 drops. Just shut him down. Very good. Now, you gotta remember, he has Graveyard, and you never want to put your pump in the corner when they have a Graveyard, so I pump just up front. Obviously, this Pekka, I'm quite scared of it. So, guys, I go for a Minion Horde thinking he's gonna play a Furnace. He ends up not doing that because I played my my Balloon. But the E-Wiz goes down, my tower stays alive, and we get a little bit of chip on his tower with these minions and that balloon death damage. So, not a terrible situation. I have another Lava Hound going down the lane. He's got another Furnace down, but I'm not too scared. I'm just kind of beginning to stack units. Cycle, you guys know it. He goes for that poison, fair enough. I will go for a Loon here, and then I believe I arrow. No, Minion Horde, yes. Yep, there's a Minion Horde in the pocket. Kill the E-Wiz, that was the big thing. E-Wiz goes down. He goes for another Furnace. We're going to get Loon death damage barely, which is good damage. He's at 1300. Even if he takes his tower, guys, I still win the game, but he obviously won't. I mean, look at all the units that I just played on defense in prediction. My Loon also would have taken his tower, so he was double screwed, guys. He was not getting out of that one alive. Very strong dub. Got the dub against a deck that would seem quite hard with all the splash units, but once again, another tough matchup, or at least it looks to be. I mean, guys, Hog, Xe, NATO. How am I going to break through an Xe NATO when I don't have a miner and my only defenses are Minion Horde, Minions, and Goblin Gang? I mean, it's tough, right? It looks tough. But I manage, guys. I mean, I get through. Now, starting hand-wise, obviously not ideal. I would have Loon at the bridge, but he went aggressive first, went for a Hog. I already started up minions, went for the Goblin Gang as well. At this point, guys, I obviously thought it was 2.6. 2.6 is much more common than Hog Xe NATO, but we got, honestly, I was trying to beat out a Fireball, and I got a Rocket, so that was really good for me. I'm up in Elixir, and you guys already know what I'm going to do. I mean, I baited out the heavy spell, you know the drill. So, the pump comes down here in just a second. He's going to rush me, and I'm going to trade quite positively, as you'll see. So, go for the pump. He rushes with Valkyrie Goblins. I just immediately Minion Horde. Clean up just everything. I mean, shuts it down. I take about, a couple hundred damage. He tries to Ice Spirit, which, fair play. And then do a little Hog Kite as well. I'm just going to throw some minions. Try to keep the swing off. Sadly, the Hog gets there. But, look at all our units, guys. I mean, those minions will actually get a little chip. Now, I go for my first town in the game. It is actually quite difficult for Hog Xe NATOs to kill the Lava Hound, which is a good note you should take, is the Lava Hound can get a good amount of damage, as it's quite difficult to deal with. But, the big thing is you got to separate your Lava and your Loon. I mean, look at that placement. I create some space, and he has to rock it, which is, that was the whole point, guys. That was the point. I played that pump. Sorry, my brain kind of like shut down for a second there, though. But I played that pump, thinking that I was going to force him into a bad situation. Anyway, he goes for a really aggressive push. I don't have much defense. Kind of just throw Goblin Gangs and minions. In this matchup, you gotta play pretty defensive, so it's just life. But I go for another Lava Hound here. Start the build up. I'm just trying to chip him down, guys, really slowly. You gotta remember, guys, Rocket does a ton of damage. And so, like, one hog swing and a rocket is basically the game. Now, I go for another loon and set up another pump. He immediately rockets, which is interesting. And I'm immediately going to fireball the Executioner away from my balloon. That way, I force out the NATO. And then with the help of the arrows, the Executioner fully dies. Now, guys, watch what I do here. I throw all 8 minions on this hog because I know he has nothing to kill him. So, just like that, the hog doesn't get a swing, which is really important. Now, I did feed this Executioner a lot of value, which is, my bad. But Goblin Gang, very good at defense. The Loon death damage doesn't get there. But look at this, guys. Another minion horde defense. At this point, I'm just praying. And barely does it get a hit. But he doesn't have time. No way he was getting that rocket down in time. The NATO wouldn't have been enough. There was no way. We broke through. He didn't have enough time. It was very close. That hog getting a swing almost ruined it, but not quite. Not enough time. Snagged the win. That game was actually for 7K, so, pretty hype. And then I played one more against this ugly Three Musketeers deck, which I'll hop straight into. But yeah, 3M is a pretty... it's actually like an even matchup. I'm not going to lie. The fireball and arrows makes it very manageable to deal with a lot of things. But I just go lava first play like usual, which is actually quite scary against his deck. He goes for the pigs, pretty standard. I'll just minions. I kind of misplay the minions. I put them too high, but it's okay. Now, guys, look at his hand. He still doesn't have his 3M or anything. He does have his hunter and a card, so he'll just cycle a ghost. I also really screwed up that loon. Obviously, you could see it. I don't really want to talk about it, but big misplay for me. Now, this hunter will just shred my hound. It already killed my loon. Very difficult, bad play on my part. Now, this bandit, guys, I just don't have anything. I have to tank some damage. But here's the big thing. I made a realization, guys, at this point in the game that he doesn't have a heavy spell. If he has bandit in his Three Musketeers deck, and Ghost, odds are he does not have a heavy spell. So I'm going to utilize this pump as much as humanly possible. Every chance I have to pump, I almost always will take it. So he's got the 3M down. I just go for the fireball. He goes to the pigs. That's when we pull up the arrows and the minions. Very good there. Good cleanup. They don't get too much damage. And I'm up a ton of elixir, guys. Look, I have an entire pump. And three elixirs lead. So get a little chip with the minions. Start up a lava. I know he doesn't have 3M, which is nice. And he decides not to rush me because obviously he doesn't want to same lane. So that's very good. Anyway, I just go for the balloon here in support. Now at this point, he made a couple interesting decisions. They were weird. They were weird calls. But there's his interesting decisions. I stopped the bandit, which is good. The tower goes down to the lava hound, and I have this whole minion horde. Now, guys, here's my point about this pump again. I'm going to start another pump here, just trying to keep this elixir lead. Minions is enough, and now I'm really scared in defense, but arrows will actually put me at a safe point. Now, I'm down a good amount, but here's the thing. It's very easy to defend when I have my king tower. He starts up the 3M. Guys, notice I don't play risky with my fireballs. If you need to, you can actually fireball 3M behind King Tower. I just really wasn't ready. So anyway, I go for a minion horde on the 2M in just a second here. The Royal Ghost misplay was also huge. He sent it the wrong way. And then look at this. A fireball arrows on the Hunter and the Musketeer. Now, guys, he has absolutely nothing left. I defend the bandit. My hound takes out the balloon takes it, but he's got nothing left. He can't deal this last 144 damage. He doesn't have any spell. And just like that, I swiped another like nail-biting win. So just like that, 4 really close, really intense, high-pressured games that I managed to clutch up. So I'm like extremely happy with these stubs. You know, top 1,300. I'll probably round up, say top 1K in the title. I'm sorry, boys, you got clickbaited. But overall, very strong deck. Love it. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and peace out.